What is up, nerds? Today I'm going to show you exactly how I color graded this clip in DaVinci Resolve, and if you wait until like the middle end of the video, I'm going to show you a little bit of secret sauce that I use to like really make the shot pop and stand out from everyone else on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, whatever social media platform. So let's get right into it. So hopping straight in, we can see that we have 10 nodes. It's not that much, but it is more than normal as well. And also before we proceed, I do want to say that I'm not like a professional color grader or like colorist, whatever you want to call it at all. I just eyeball it, and if I like the way it looks, then I like the way it looks. I don't really go into the nitty gritty of like, oh my God, like this gray value is in the wrong place and this red value is in the wrong place. I just look at it. If it looks good, it looks good. And if I like it, I call it a day. So just wanted to get that out of the way. Let's continue with the video. All right, first things first, let's turn off all the nodes here and turn on the first node. The first node, as you can see, it's just a radial mask, nothing crazy. If we go into the color tab, we can see that we just turn down the brightness a little bit, but that's literally it. Second node is another mask. This one from the bottom going to the top. This one also just turns down the exposure because that concrete in the bottom, way too bright. And later in the edit, I'll show you maybe if I remember, it actually gets way too bright. It starts overexposing, so I like to dial down the exposure on it beforehand. And then the third node is, you can barely even tell, but it's another radial mask on the car, and it makes it just a little bit more brighter. It just makes it pop that a little bit more. Can you really tell the difference of it? Honestly, no. But when I was actually color grading it, it was something that I did and I liked the way it looked. So we're gonna keep it. All right, fifth node is a color space transform. So this turns the log footage into Rec 709. It actually doesn't do much here. Oh, this one, actually, I turn it from log to log. So as you can see, the input color space is RGB. The input gamma is D-log because I recorded this in D-log. And then the color space is Rec 709, but I put the output gamma as Cineon film log because I'm gonna use one of the DaVinci Resolve 2383 Kodak LUTs, and the best way to use that LUT is to convert your footage into Cineon film log. So I converted from basically log to log. And then in the sixth node, which is right after the color space transform, is where we add that that LUT. Now, as you can see, it's really strong. Now, there are ways to dial it back, which I have done here. You can see the key output gain is at 0.75 instead of 1, and that just turns down the LUT a little bit more because it was way too strong, even stronger than this beforehand. And I don't know exactly what LUT this is. I'm pretty sure it's the 2383 LUT. I don't know which one, but it's one of them. You'll see it. They all look relatively similar. And then in the seventh node, I add a glow. Now, this is like a secret that not many people know, but if you want to add contrast in a very subtle but still strong way, a good way to do it is with glow. So what you want to do, this is a really underground way of adding contrast, is you put the glow, you put the shine threshold to 0, spread 0, and then you go into advanced controls, go to composite type, do hard light, and then just turn it up and down until you like it. And it adds contrast. I don't know the exact technical term for it, but it adds contrast to the midtones without desaturating or saturating the colors or something like that. It looks better than normally just putting the contrast slider up. And I use curves sometimes for contrast, but this is my favorite way of doing contrast. Next one is halation, so you can barely even tell, but there's a very slight bit of halation that I added, as you can see right here. And if you want to copy my halation settings, it's right here. I don't really do anything crazy with it. Okay, in ninth node, I just literally decrease the lift a little bit and add a little bit of gain. So just decrease that contrast ever so slightly. And that's for the 10th node, which is where the secret sauce happens. Now, you might have heard of this software, but it's called Dehancer. And oh my God, it adds that filmic secret sauce look. I mean, look at the before and after. It just looks so beautiful, so filmic. Might be a little too strong for people, but obviously I have the settings dialed up very intensely with this. So these are the settings I have. You don't have to copy these exact settings. You can do Kodak Vision 3 like film profile. You can add your own film developer like thing. I don't know, there's so many technical aspects in this. I don't even know most of it. I just kind of do the slider around back and forth and I see if I like it, and if I like it, then I call it a day. But there's just so many. This is the perfect film emulation software plugin for DaVinci Premiere. I pretty much add a layer of dehancer to all my shots in all of my videos. So if you go to my Instagram page, which is Anish Naren _, you'll see that every single shot has some sort of level of film emulation, and that's all dehancers. So for example, the ones I have enabled in this specific shot is film grain. I have it on 65mm ISO 250, and I have the amount just to 15. You can't really tell a difference on social media, but I like the texture it gives. I also have halation enabled, and if we zoom in right here, you might be able to tell a difference. And the cool thing about this is that it adds halation in a very natural, organic way. Even same with bloom. I have the bloom turned on to the strongest setting. If you turn it to 65mm, the bloom actually decreases, and that's because 8mm film is the lowest quality film, and the way the grain structure is, it blooms the most. It scatters the light between the little particles the most. And I also have that amplified to 90%. So not only is it the strongest, just predetermined setting for bloom, I also have it amplified. And if we turn that on and off, this is what it looks like. It's really strong. You have to remember that you watch this on a phone screen. I also have film damage turned on to 65-70mm. And the higher, if you don't know much about film, the higher millimeter you get, the cleaner everything starts to look. So for example, if I turn it to 8mm, you're gonna see more scratch, like that scratch literally just appear out of nowhere. If I put it back to 65, it's gone. And that's because smaller film just has more damage and more things going on with it because it's a lower quality film. It's not necessarily how it works, but in essence, that's what it is. Film jitter is just how much that shot kind of vibrates, because when the film is going through the gate, it slightly vibrates, and that's what the jitter is. And I have that turned on. Film breathe. Now, this is a little complicated to explain, but basically it's how much the color shifts between the frame. So not every piece of film celluloid is perfectly made exactly the same as the previous or the next frame. So the colors might be ever so slightly off, and more so with something like 8mm film opposed to 65 or 35 or 16. So it just depends on how much you want. I would try to show that, but you can kind of see it. You can see the film breather right here. It's at 8mm. And then gate weave is also something I have enabled. This is also pretty much the exact same thing as jitter. It's just its own setting for it. So right now I have it on 65mm, but if I change it to 8mm, you can see that it's good. It's shaking around. It's shaking around a lot. We don't need that. Maybe in some circumstances, but that's not needed here. Overscan, I don't even have this enabled, but I'm pretty sure this is just like a filter over it. And I'm sure it doesn't move with it. Yeah, it also jitters. So it quite literally has everything to emulate real film. So vignette, I have never used, this is false color. Yeah, false color. False color, if you don't know what it is, it basically just shows you what's in proper exposure, what's underexposed, and what's overexposed. This is actually a really cool thing. I've never seen this before. I've never enabled false color. This would be a cool effect to use for like a music video or something. But yeah, that's Dehancer Pro. I absolutely love this thing. I use it all the time to emulate like that softer filmic look, because that harsh digital look can be a little too harsh sometimes. And sometimes you just want to smoothen everything out. And this is absolutely perfect for that. If you do want to get Dehancer, there's a free trial available. You can also use code Anish, I'll put it in the description, for 10% off. And along with that, I get a little cut as well. So, if you want to support the channel, that'll be pretty cool. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That is exactly how I color graded this clip, which went absolutely viral on Instagram. It was really just one long clip, but people were fiending over it. It was absolutely amazing. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.